What's going on, YouTube? Um, it's your girl. Dealing with the Narcissist, part 1,000,000. I am doing this live because I want to express myself, and I would also like to get some of y'all's opinions. And I am open to the opinion that I'm tripping, that I'm being sensitive, and that I'm overreacting. I'm open to that. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Um, Dealing with the narcissist, part 1,000,000. Okay. After I found, first of all, there has been 100 reasons to leave my last partner, from his extreme anger issues to his insecurities, extreme insecurities, to his extremely emotionally abusive behavior, extremely mentally abusive behavior, mildly physically abusive behavior. There has been so many different reasons to leave him. So many times I should have left. And a few times I should have called the police. Okay? But at the time, I didn't think that someone having anger issues was something that couldn't be fixed, because I felt like all I had to do was just explain the situation in chronological order and explain why his reactions were extreme or why yelling isn't appropriate or whatever. And I thought that things would change, and things never changed. After 2 years of emotional ups and downs, he finally betrayed me at the very end. And after 3 days of silence, once again, giving him an opportunity to fix things, to make things right, he refused to do that because he was so stuck up his pride. And I kicked him out my apartment because I refused to live in turmoil anymore. I could not do it anymore. I literally could not be with that man another day of my freaking life. Okay? I couldn't do it another day. I couldn't do it. I was over it. I was losing my mind. I been lost my peace. Um, then it was just too much going on. Okay? After that, he had his flying monkeys in the form of his sisters and his cousins threatening to beat my ass, right? Come to my house and beat my ass. But none of them did anything, as expected, because they all knew where I lived, and none of them did anything. But they were harassing me online for like a whole, 2 days or whatever. Then he had his main uh, MVP flying monkey, which was my quote unquote sister wife, um, the pick me mistress that turned on me and called me a liar and stuff like that. And I didn't even know the girl. Okay. We've met each other all of 4 times. And now all of a sudden I'm lying on him. I'm trying to use him for clout and whatever else she claimed. And he had this girl spying on me and figuring out my whereabouts, and basically like antagonizing me online for like 8 months, if not longer. Certain things I would post on my page, he would immediately know about. And I'm like, How is this even possible when both of y'all are blocked from my page? Both of y'all are blocked. They have me blocked, I have them blocked. Why are you emailing me in regards to a post that I made? Why are you spying on me? You know what I'm saying? Why are you spying on me? So I couldn't even heal in peace from my own breakup, from my own heartbreak, because I had this witch antagonizing me online, stalking me online, throwing jabs at me online, throwing rocks and hiding her hand, and she still is till this day. Now, the thing that really has me hot right now is one thing that my ex tried to do while we were together is he tried to turn people against me, right? So, for example, he would go to like his mother and his aunties, and he would try to convince them that I was like some type of like wild, immature, like girl that didn't really know how to like treat a man or be in a relationship, or I didn't have relationship etiquette and things like that. But he would never tell them his side, and how he used to go from 0 to 100, how he had extreme anger issues, how he had extreme insecurity issues. And even one time I brought a situation, well, me and my ex brought a situation to his mom so his mom can be the mediator, even she seen that he was tripping, okay? And told him that his behavior was abusive and asked him, why are you so angry? I was so grateful for that day because normally, people don't really get, their parents in their relationship business and stuff like that. But that day, I wanted his mom to see. I wanted her to see how irrational he was being, and I wanted her to see his true behavior. And she did. One thing that I'll never forget is his mom telling me, if he's abusive to you, you need to leave him. I don't care if that's my son. They grew up watching me be abused. They had a rough childhood, so I understand where he gets it from. She literally said, if he's abusive, you need to leave him. I don't care if he's my son. At that point in time, I didn't see that statement for what it was, right? Because I wasn't ready to leave. I was too deeply in love. I wanted to make it work. You know, I was just lying to myself, right? And instead of seeing what she said for what it was, I assumed that because she understood that I would have a reliable mediator or a reliable source that can check him, right? That can check him whenever he was out of line. But I wasn't being considerate of her feelings because she is her own person. You know what I'm saying? She's her own person. She's not our appointed relationship mediator, right? So in the future, other times I expected her to have my back, or other times I expected her to check him. She checked out. You know what I'm saying? She was willing to talk to him, obviously, because that's her son. But when I came to her, she used to disregard me, right? So I'm thinking that, oh, she's my mother-in-law, we're going to be like this, and hopefully she can keep him in check because she know him and she's the only woman he'll listen to and stuff like that. It did not end up like that. She ended up enabling him, knowing how he is, still enabled him. But I understand that's a mother-son relationship. I can't even there's no way I would be able to get in between that. I don't have no interest in getting in between that. But I thought that she wanted the best for our relationship, not just the best for him. But I also understand why she probably had that perception, because he would go to his aunties and to his mother and to his sisters, and he would talk bad about me, so they would perceive me different. Another person that this narcissist tried to turn against me was my own father. One time he went to my father and started gossiping to my dad about my past sexual experiences before I even met him, or before I was in a relationship with him, to get my dad to think that I was some type of wild, unhinged, woman that shouldn't be trusted, right? After we broke up, he continued to linger around my family, okay? So he was hanging around my cousin and my cousin's boyfriend or whatever. And I guess he was like buying drugs from them or whatever the case may be. And I didn't know that he was still lingering around my family until like a year later. My sister told me that she saw him at their house. The way this irritates me, the way this irritates my soul, like y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get how much this irritates me, because I can only imagine how much shit he's talking with my cousin and her boyfriend. I can only imagine the lies. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I never confronted my cousin about this because I just don't want to be that girl. I really don't. You know? And I understand that my cousin is not fishing for drama. She's not fishing for it. So it's not like she's the problem, but it's like it irritates me that she's even in a room with him after what he's done to me and after the threats that his family uh put on me. My cousin is having a baby shower at the end of March, right? And she sent me an RSVP, a digital RSVP. I clicked the link to the RSVP, and the first name I see is this narcissist. Why are you stalking me? Why are you going out your way to be around my family? Don't you have a family? Go find your dad. Go find your mom. Go find your cousins. Go find your family. Why are you still trying to be around my family? Why are you still talking about me online? Don't you have a girlfriend? Isn't this the girl that you threw in my face? Why don't you talk about her and how great she is? Why are you still talking about me? And the funny thing is, the things that he says about me online, it literally explains who was the problem in the relationship. I don't even have to go into it. The way I describe their relationship is straight abusive. Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually abusive. I've said that since day one. Since day one. And my story will never ever change. You know what he says about me online? It was a beautiful experience. And I just have to be grateful. And I'm doing my shadow work. And we had a toxic breakup. If I was the problem, how come you don't say online that it was a toxic relationship? If I was the problem, why are you online saying that it was such a beautiful experience? When are you going to take accountability for your actions? My story is it was an abusive relationship. His story was it was an abusive breakup or a toxic breakup. That's what he keeps saying. Did you want me to be nice to you after you betrayed me? What did you want me to do? Give you a cookie? You wanted me to what? Give you time and space and grace to get your things and get your life together before you left my apartment? You wanted me to show you respect after you betrayed me and abused me for 2 years? You wanted me to what? Be nice to you? I am sick and I am tired. I'm sick and I'm tired. Okay? So here's the thing, right? Here's what I wanted to ask y'all, and I'm going to get to y'all comments. I see y'all comments. My cousin doesn't know the full extent to our relationship. I never talked to her about it. Me and my cousin didn't talk for almost like a year or almost like a year and a half because we got in a disagreement, and it basically started when her and her boyfriend started a fight at my Thanksgiving party, and they didn't take accountability for starting the fight because her boyfriend started the fight basically. And he said that he was gonna like shoot my cousin. And you know how guys get when they start, when they fight and they just get serious or whatever. Long story short, I didn't want to invite her boyfriend to one of my dinners unless he apologized to my cousin. Because if you threaten someone's life, like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? And after that whole situation, they never took accountability, and me and her ended up like not talking for a year, right? So now me and my cousin are on decent terms. We didn't really talk the situation out, but we're communicating, right? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I have 3 options. And y'all, please let me know. And please put the exact number in the comments. Number 1. This is what I really want to do. But I know I'm speaking from my lower self, or am I? Number 1, I want to go to the baby shower and I want to disrespect him. I keep on having visions of me throwing a drink in his face. I keep on having visions of me grabbing the mic from the DJ and saying, "An abuser is here." You know what I'm saying? Like you thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to show him, do you think this is a fucking joke? You think that you're asserting your dominance right now or something? Like, what do you think that you're doing by lingering around my family? Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, I can go. I can look beautiful. I can mind my own business, and I can act like he doesn't exist. Or number 3, I can protect my peace and not go at all. 3 options: mayhem, act like he's dead and still go, or protect my peace and go out to eat to my favorite sushi restaurant and not go at all. I talked to my mother about this, and she told me to talk to my cousin about it and about how I feel about the situation and how I feel about him being invited, and, to tell her everything that he's done to me. But for some reason, I don't even feel like it. I don't even feel like it. And I don't necessarily think my cousin is being petty for inviting him. I think she's just literally uninformed. She's just uninformed. And I'm not gonna blame her for that. I don't think that she's a mind reader, you know what I'm saying? But the whole situation really does irk me. It really does. So let me get to these comments real quick. Okay, so Jesus is King said, I was dealing with the same thing with this woman recently. I'm a traditional African woman. Yeah, okay, Shawty. Y'all so Y'all got me dead from the first comment. Okay, she let me go when I was the one trying to fix everything, and in less than 2 months, got another man in the house talking about she found love. That's love. That's not love. That's a fling. But you gonna find out when he cheat. Oh Lord, the drama. Okay, he said, I'll never be able to love the next female right now. Please don't say that. Come on now. Don't say that. Don't say that. Just choose better. Isn't that what y'all tell us? Okay, so Big Bisha said, yes, I'm also sorry, sis. I appreciate you. Jesus is King said 2 years. Amazing that it even lasted that long. You were tolerating a lot from here. Meanwhile, I made one little mistake and she broke up with, ghosted me, and ignored me because of stress. Well, you know what? I can tell that really affected you. And, you know, I definitely hope that, you reflect on the first red flag or the first sign that y'all weren't compatible. I hope you reflect on whatever mistake, that you say you made. Um, I don't need you to go into it, but as long as we are self-reflective and we're taking accountability for everything, there's no reason why you should, go through life still bitter or still, having trust issues or not being able to love the next woman correctly. So I hope you work on, healing that within yourself. Okay, so Big Bisha said, protect your pieces. Facts. He wants and needs a reaction from you, negatively or positive. His plan is to get under your skin. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think he is, I think, yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, I don't think that he's going in good faith. I don't think that he's going with good intentions. I think that he is literally going to antagonize me for sure. Because if he had an ounce of respect, um, he would have respectfully declined the invitation. Um, I do think that he wants to come to try to assert dominance, and um, I do think that he wants to come to claim territory in my family as if it even means anything, because that shit don't mean nothing. But to a narcissist, even tiny wins like that make them feel good about themselves. You know, like you, a narcissist may not have literally anything else accomplished in their whole entire life, but as long as they're still able to contact your father, contact your cousins, they still feel like they won in life. And speaking of contacting my father, he was still texting my father months after we broke up. And you know what I did? I blocked him from my dad's phone. Cause what the fuck are you texting my dad for? What the fuck are you texting my dad for? Find your own dad. Find your own dad. And if you want to be uh associated with me, or especially my immediate family, I can't control my cousins. I can't control, my aunts or whatever. I can't, I mean, my aunts don't fuck with him anyway, but I can't control my cousins. You know what I'm saying? But my immediate family is going to put me first every time. My immediate family is going to have my back every time. If you want to get in good with me and my family, then you have to apologize. You have to apologize and take accountability and actually mean that. But if you're still around to cause mayhem and cause confusion and try to uh get my family to go against me, go g- and the crazy thing is, him and his mother are the same person, literally. When I tell you, this woman, right? He has 7 brothers and sisters, right? I've watched this happen, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all the story, but hold on, let me read these 2 comments real quick. Jesus is King said, "You still care about him though, don't you?" I mean, care. Like, if he got his entire lower body eaten by a shark, maybe in that situation I'll care. You know what I'm saying? But as far as, like, if it's not that type of situation, no, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I just want him to stop talking about me, and I want him to stop stalking me and using people to stalk me and using his mistress to stalk me. So while we were still in the relationship one time, right? His mom needed help moving. So she was, okay, they have a family group chat or whatever. So she was putting in the group chat, can somebody help me move or whatever? And they know that the only sibling that has a car that is capable of helping somebody move is him, because he has a pickup truck, right? So he was telling me how he has all these brothers and sisters. They're always moving somewhere. They're always moving out. They're always moving in. One sibling is getting evicted. Another sibling is moving. So he says that he's always the one to help people move, right? And they never compensate him. They never, reciprocate energy or pay him or whatever. So he was telling me how much he didn't feel like helping his mom move, right? So I was like, well, maybe you can just pay for movers. You know what I'm saying? And the movers were $350, and he ended up sending her like $200 for the movers. And he didn't go physically to help her move her stuff, but he contributed $200 for professional movers. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's good enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the other siblings could have contributed too, but they didn't. And he was the only one that did. So they helped her move. She said, while they're in communication, she was like, okay, they're done, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was no complaints. Tell me why, after the movers moved her things, she put in the group chat, hey, I'm moved out now, but I'm extremely disappointed because there were 2 strange men in my apartment. I didn't know them, and I just wish that y'all would have came through for me, blah, 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 blah. Do you know that she had all the siblings fighting amongst each other? Why didn't you help mommy? Why didn't you help mommy? Da 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 da. The oldest brother doesn't even live in Georgia, right? But because he's the oldest brother, he thinks he has some type of jurisdiction to the siblings. So he was like going in on my ex, right? Like saying, you need to do this and you need to do that and da da da. So him and his older brother were going back and forth. Tell me why the mother never intervened one time. never intervened one time, just sat back and allowed all the chaos to happen. As long as they were fighting over her, she was happy. You know what I'm saying? And he told me that she does this a lot. Like this wasn't the first time she did that. She'll literally cause mayhem, right? Plant seeds of chaos. And when the siblings are arguing amongst each other over her, she'll sit back and she won't say a damn thing. So that's when he was telling me that he feels like his mom don't defend him, and his mom betrayed him in that moment, and blah blah blah. And I was telling him, well, if you really feel like, if that really hurt your feelings, you probably should bring it up to her. And he was talking about the situation for weeks, y'all. Like he would not get over it. He was talking about it for weeks. And I'm telling him, well, you probably just need to tell your mom how that made you feel. And he refused. He just didn't want to. So it just showed me, like when people say, when you date a guy, make sure you know his relationship with his mother. That's the most important thing, right? No, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the history with the mother, not the relationship. Because men will put their mother on this pedestal, right? Which is fine. But they will put her on a pedestal whether she's evil or good, right? Because they just want to respect her because she's just the only woman in their life they can respect, right? So even though he had a good relationship with her, he was still suffering. He didn't want to cause discourse in their relationship. So even when she hurt his feelings, even when she betrayed him, he never confronted her. She doesn't even know. So meanwhile, he has all this discourse in his spirit and she's just walking around like nothing happened. So it's not about what is the relationship with the mom. It's what's the history with the mom. Ask them the real stories about the mom. The stories that they tell you is what you really should be listening to. It has nothing to do with the current relationship. Most likely, if a sibling doesn't talk to their parent, I feel like that is way, way more healthier than having a parent in their life that they're trying to please 24/7. And they're afraid to set boundaries up with that parent. So the same thing, the same narcissistic shit that she was doing with her kids is the same thing that he learned from his mom. And that's the thing that he was trying to do with my family and my dad and his aunties and his sisters. Cause mayhem. And then okay, Big Bisha said, invited to your family function, which is mind-boggling, but this is what they do. Girl, she said she raised them like this. They're sick, wicked, and not normal people. Facts. Believe me, I have been through the exact thing. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Facts. Facts. Jesus is King said, dang, you got me thinking maybe I'm a narcissist. Most narcissists probably don't even realize they narcissist. Now, I want to jump to that conclusion, right? Here's what I would say a narcissist is. A narcissist is a hurt person, right? A hurt person that negatively affects other people perpetually in attempts to protect themselves, right? So a narcissist is not necessarily like this evil person on the inside, right? It's just that they negatively affect other people in attempts to protect themselves. So the difference between two traumatized people, right? I've experienced trauma in my life, right? Um, or not just me, like just two traumatized people. This traumatized person grows up, right, after all their hurt and their pain, and they end up, doing the inner work. They do their shadow work. They get to the bottom of how they got themselves in certain situations, and they really heal themselves from the inside out. And they sacrifice certain things in their life in order to maintain their peace. They don't associate with people that throw their energy off. They don't associate with people that don't reciprocate. So they don't have to experience as many triggers, right? Or whatever the case may be. And this person is, loving, they communicate well, they have emotional intelligence, they ended up transforming their trauma into something beautiful, right? Then you have another traumatized person. This traumatized person goes through life fearful, right? Instead of looking within themselves, they look at everyone else like a possible enemy, right? They feel like if the people that they've loved or the people that they've confided in ever hurt them, they lose trust in all humanity, right? So every friendship they encounter, they ruin it because of something that they said out of fear, right? Or they're easily triggered, right? Or every relationship they're in, they mess it up because of fear. So instead of just letting their relationships flow, they try to control that person. Don't wear this. Other men can look at you, or don't do that. Don't hang out with this person. I'm just trying to protect you. And it's like, no, you're not trying to protect that person. You're trying to protect you. So the difference is this person is looks within, right? And this person looks on the outside. One is introspective and one points the finger. One makes sacrifices and, sacrifices certain vices in order to keep their peace and maintain their health or whatever. This one indulges in their vices. So it's two different degrees of trauma responses. You have some kids that grow up with abusive parents and they become abusive themselves. And then you have kids that grow up with abusive parents and then they become angels. You know what I'm saying? You have some kids that grew up without a father, their father left them, and then they end up having kids and then leaving the kid's mom and leaving the kids and repeating that cycle. And then you have people that grew up without a father, and then once they have kids, they're in that kid's life every single day because they don't want their kid to suffer the way they did. It's two different responses to the same trauma. So you have to ask yourself, you know, and this. People know this. You know what I'm saying? It's just that sometimes we're too prideful to really say it out loud because it makes us seem weak or like we're not, like we're not grounded or whatever. But, this is a safe place, because I'm always doing shadow work, always. You have to ask yourself, when I'm in these relationships, am I causing more harm where it's just totally not even needed? Am I causing discourse on accident all the time? You know what I'm saying? Am I having miscommunications with people all the time? You know what I'm saying? Am I falling out with people on accident all the time? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Jesus is King said, okay, dang, I'm a narcissist then. You're so funny. I'm sorry. You are really funny, but I appreciate this. I appreciate this because now you can really start to, you know what I'm saying, look within. So Jesus is King said, okay, dang, I'm a narcissist then. Cause I was really, I was really abusive to her after she ghosted me. Oh man. Two, I realized I hurt too late, spent the rest of my time with her apologizing. Well, you know what? Let me try to neutralize, your experience. I feel like I fucked up a friendship in my life. I had my problems with this girl. We had our unsettled things, you know what I'm saying, about each other. But to that, the way I reacted was totally, it was totally uncalled for. Like, if I had a problem with this friend, you know, I should have just fell back. Or, yeah, I should have just fell back because she's been in my life since I was in elementary school. And I still have so much love for her. But we're not friends right now because we had an explosive friendship breakup, right? And it's not like we were like saying the worst things to each other. It's just that we weren't used to the way we were talking to each other because we never argued. So that was like totally new. So I know it hurt her feelings really bad. It hurt my feelings really bad. And I always look back at that. Well, not always, but sometimes when I look back at that situation, I think, damn, I should have just fell back. Why did I have to go back and forth with her? And, because I feel like I was kind of like a big sister figure to her. Me even saying something slightly disrespectful to her, probably hurt her really deep, you know? And instead of me being the loving big sister and just falling back and being like, you know what? I'm not even going to go back and forth with you. I went back and forth with her and I hurt her feelings. And, she's a Gemini, she's a Libra rising, she's a Pisces moon. She's very sensitive, very sensitive. So when we fell out, she never talked to me again. And I reached out to her a few times, I apologized to her multiple times, and she will not respond to me. And we've been friends for over 20 years. So, so I can definitely say that I've done shadow work within myself, and I can admit when I was a large contributor to a toxic situation or a falling out or whatever. So I understand. Trust me, we all have certain situations that we feel guilty about. Like, damn, like, I think very highly of myself, but in that moment, I was I was on a very low frequency in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Whether I was feeling threatened, whether I was feeling defensive or egotistical or whatever the case may be, we all fall into those low vibrational states sometimes. uh okay. That's what men are supposed to do in general when it comes to domestic disputes with women. Just don't react. Yes, don't even engage because women get really emotional and they they take things you do or say to heart. Yeah. Yeah, she never forgave me. Yeah. And it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry, I'm drinking. It's okay. Big Bisha said, yes, agreed. I'm the one who looks within and choose to do the shadow work because I want to break the curses. It's not easy, but I like to communicate healthily. Let's talk, not go around to each other's, not go around to others' Facts. Uh get it. Sometimes we can be petty. Yes. Yes. And for a long time, I was like, fuck that friend. I don't need her in my life anyway. She was toxic anyway. I was like, at first, I was relieved. I was like, I am so happy to not have them in my life. Like I was like so relieved, right? But then as time goes by, and the more I think about her as a person and just everything that we've done together, everything we've been through and things like that, and I really think about who she is, I started to feel guilt because I'm like, damn, I feel like I really hurt her feelings. You know what I'm saying? Or she probably felt like I was a bad friend. She probably felt like I betrayed her. You know what I'm saying? And the more I started to dig deep into those feelings, the more shadow work I ended up doing on myself. So instead of me saying, justifying it in my mind, like, yeah, I didn't need them anyway. I didn't need her anyway. I started to humble myself and really get to, my involvement. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. The pride, if y'all only seen a prideful version of me, y'all would see me go, yeah, I cut off all my old friends because they was haters. They was haters and they were low vibrational and they're not going where I'm going. And y'all would see me talk shit like that all the time. But I don't, because that's not even how I feel. That's not how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Some friends I fell out with because they were haters. Some friends I fell out with because we just weren't aligned. Some friends I fell out with because honestly, like, it's just different reasons. I've had a few haters. Not all my friends weren't haters. Out of like probably, like, let's say 8 girls that I don't talk to anymore, probably 3 of them were haters, but the rest of them, we just fell out over just differences. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, sometimes you got to know when to look within yourself, and it's okay. Like, it really is okay. Um, Big Bisha, you said that you went through a situation with a narcissist. Um, and you said you went through the exact same thing. Can you, like, I guess, I know it's gonna be a lot of typing, but can you give like a little breakdown of like what you were dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, like, as far as like the taunting, the flying monkeys, like, because I've never experienced nothing like this in my life. Jesus is King said, "Have you forgiven your ex?" That's what I want to know. This is how I feel. I feel like this is like so confusing because I really sometimes I don't even know what to feel. Um, forgive. I can't. I guess I can't say can't. I choose not to forgive because he's still online being a buffoon. I choose not to forgive because he's still online playing the victim. I choose not to forgive because he's still playing victim and he's still not being truthful about his involvement in our demise of their relationship. I choose not to. I would if he was a man of integrity. I would if he apologized to me and made things right, whether we were together or not. I would if he had an ounce of good character and an ounce of honesty in his blood and could be a man and be like, you know what, I fucked this up. That was, that was my one, that was my best friend, that was the love of my life. I fucked up. It was a lot going on. I didn't know how to handle it, or whatever his reason would be. If he had an ounce of integrity and was truthful about that, I would forgive him. But because he lacks integrity and he has a shady character and he's a perpetual actor and all he knows how to do is act, I choose not to forgive him. I choose not to. If he got mauled by a bear, I would feel maybe a little bad. I'm not even sure if I would. Maybe I would a little bit. Maybe a little bit. If he got eaten alive by 2,000 piranhas, maybe a little bit. Maybe I'll feel a little bad. Maybe. But right now, I don't. Because I just can't respect, I just don't respect him at all. I just don't respect him. I don't respect him at all. Like literally at all. And that's just how I feel. I don't respect him at all. Yeah. I feel like the only thing that'll, you know, settle my spirit about that situation is time. And that is literally just me forgetting about the situation. It's not about me forgiving him. It's just about me not even caring. Like, time has already done so many great things to me. It has already healed my heart so much, along with, me actively healing and things like that, right? But the work isn't fully done because, seeing things like his stalker ass RSVPing to my family event, things like that still trigger me, right? So, I still have some ways to go. I still have some ways to go. And I just want to forget about him. I don't want to forgive. I don't want to forgive. I don't have to forgive if I don't want to. But I do want to forget that he exists, and I do want to, you know, just be at peace in my own life, basically. Okay, Big B should say, yeah, girl, me neither. Like when I usually break up with a ninja, they get the F on. Like normal people, but he would pick fights with me. Everything could be peaceful and we would get into it. Yep, that's how he was. And it got 10 times worse when he was drunk. Okay? It got 10 times worse when he was drunk. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all a story. One time, right? We were at my mom's house for Thanksgiving. It's like the year before I threw my Thanksgiving. And they always say narcissists ruin holidays, right? I never understood that. But when I looked back at my relationship, I'm like, wow, he literally ruined every holiday. Crazy, it's crazy. But my mom threw a Thanksgiving, right? And like after, like, it was like late at night, like 11, 12 o'clock at night, all the adults are slap drunk, they sleep, they passed out, people left. And at that point, it was only me, my cousin, my ex, and I think my sister or something. We were in the kitchen talking, right? So basically, me and my narcissistic ex. Because I don't even want, like, even calling him my is just degrading to me, because it's just like, but so we were we were talking to my cousin, right? And we have a mutual friend that me, him, and my cousin all know. So basically, she was with this guy for like 10 years. Then they ended up breaking up. Now they're best friends and they're roommates. And basically, my ex was trying to say that she's using him for his resources and she's like clinging on to him and she needs to let that man free, right? And she was explaining to him like, well, no, I benefit him in some ways. I still do things for him, he does things for me, and we have a reciprocal relationship, right? But my ex doesn't understand friendships with women. He doesn't get that. He's either effing the woman or he's not associated with her, right? He doesn't have female friends. Like, he never had them. He only has one female friend and he be calling her a hoe. And that was the girl that won, like, the like, he was like president of his college. She was like the queen of the college, and he's always calling her a hoe and stuff like that. So he doesn't respect women, period. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't understand having a reciprocal relationship with a woman and it's not sexual. So my cousin was like, "No, I still do things for him. He does things for me. He can date if he wants to. He's free. He just chooses not to date, you know what I'm saying? Whatever." So he was basically saying like, you need to let that man free and you're using him and blah blah blah. So so then, like, we were trying to like get clarity of the situation. Like, he can do whatever he wants to. He just wants to be around her, or he just wants to whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's she's not holding the man hostage. You know what I'm saying? They're just together because they save each other money. And she does his hair and she cooks him meals and he does things for her and stuff like that. So they just ended up like, their relationship went from being romantic to being a platonic partnership, but he couldn't fathom that, right? So basically, they're arguing about that, right? And then he started to get loud, right? This is my mother's house, by the way. So my mom comes out and she's like, "Hey, can y'all keep it down? My husband is asleep and, I'm trying to go to sleep and y'all are kind of loud." And, everyone's like, "Oh, we're bad, we're bad. I mean, we're sorry, whatever." So she goes back to her room, and then him and my cousins begin to talk about this discussion again, right? This rude ass nigga gets loud again in my mother's house, okay? This time he slams his fist on the table because whatever he's saying, he's so passionate about it. He slams his fist on the table. And I put my hand on his arm. Like, I didn't grab him. I was like, "Babe." I was like, "You don't have to talk to her like that." You know what I'm saying? Because he was like getting aggressive with my cousin. Like I said before, this man has extreme anger issues and he gets aggressive. He goes from 0 to 100, literally. So he was doing that with my cousin. My cousin. Okay? So I put my hand on his arm. I'm like, "Babe," I was like, "You don't have to talk to her like that." You know what I'm saying? Like, calm down. You know what I'm saying? And my mom said, "Keep it down." So he goes, "Oh, my bad, my bad." And they end up talking again, but in a lower voice. Everything was cool, right? Tell me why we get in the car, we're driving home, and he tells me, "Why did you try to make it seem like I had anger issues? Why didn't you have my back? I'm supposed to be your man. You should have had my back, but you tried to shush me and you made it seem like I had anger issues." I said, "I I made it seem like like you have anger. I can't make it seem like nothing." You know what I'm saying? I tried to calm you down. Y- y- Y'all, when I tell you the ride home was chaotic because I couldn't even believe this idiot had the nerve to say that I was trying to make it seem like he had anger issues by calming him down. narcissist. Okay? Just like when Bisha said we'll be having a good time, we'll be having, we'll be peaceful, and then all of a sudden we'll be arguing. That's the type of shit they do. That's what they do. They cause mayhem in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so Big Bisha said, "Girl, I will put his ass out of my house. He was so toxic. I didn't know what I was dealing with. Man, what? He would leave. I would be happy. He would come calling me again, telling me he was sorry. Um, he loved me. He's sorry." And that cycle of abuse kept going for years. Yep. It's literally a cycle because you think that they're trying to be good people, right? So you're solution based and you're forgiving and stuff like that. And you're like, well, at least he's acknowledging, that he's fucking up, and at least, he's acknowledging it. So if you're acknowledging it, that means we can fix it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the women think. But the men, I feel like the men literally only think, she let me back in. Like, that's what the men think. The women think that we're actually going somewhere and that we're actually building, but that's not what's happening. Meanwhile, he was devaluing me. Yep. 1 minute, the next saying nice things. He liked that Katy Perry song. You're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, up and you're down. You're wrong when it's right, so black and it's white. We fight, we make up, we kiss, we make up. No, seriously. No, seriously. This shit is crazy. Oh yes, they love getting loud and barbaric, extreme anger issues, girl. He made me have to start he made me have to start matching his energy plenty times. They love to blame you for everything. Everything is your fault. No accountability ever. When I tell you, like, being with a narcissist that has anger issues, a drinking problem, like just all the toxic shit, it's like it's enough to really drive somebody crazy. It really is. It is enough to drive somebody insane. Insane. And I'm just grateful that I had enough self-awareness and self-love that I was able to detach from that situation. That's all I can say. Sometimes female do be passive aggressive though. Jesus, we're supposed to be reflecting. But I get it. I get it. Females, uh women, they do, sometimes women are passive aggressive, right? The reason why women are passive aggressive is because they know that men are super aggressive. So it's like when we want to get our point across, like, okay, so for example, let's say a man, um, I'm just gonna try to do a random example. Okay, let's say a man doesn't want his woman to have male friends, right? And he is so stuck on this topic, like, oh no, I don't trust men, I'm just trying to protect you, da 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 da, I don't trust, da da da, right? So she can't have no male friends, right? But he still has female friends. He's still friends with his exes. They're sending him letters. They're still trying to contact him, all type of stuff. Every time y'all don't get along, he texts them. Like, he still is in full communication with his female friends, right? Instead of a woman coming at the man directly, right? She'll say something passive aggressive, like, oh, okay, well, I see you still communicating with so and so, right? That's technically passive aggressive because we're trying to get a point across without being aggressive, right? So it's almost like women can't do right. If we're aggressive, then they're calling us abusive. If we're passive aggressive, we're still wrong. So it's like women try to voice their um I guess their disagreements or whatever they disagree within a man, express their concerns or whatever. And it's hard. Like, it's hard because we're trying to be agreeable. We're trying to we're trying to keep our cool. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to keep our cool. And dealing with men is not easy. Okay? We're trying to keep our cool, but we're also trying to address certain situations, but there's no right way to address our problems because it's always a freaking problem. When a woman has a problem, it doesn't matter how we address it. If we're aggressive, then oh my god, we're abusive and we're aggressive, right? But if we say it like passive aggressive, like, oh, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? If we say if we're passive aggressive, it's still a problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and then even if we come at the situation directly, right, but respectfully, if we say, well, I'm not allowed to have male friends, but you're allowed to have female friends, that's not fair. It's always an excuse for the man. Well, it's different for men and women. And men, if a man wants to have sex with you, that means he can't be around you. And well, are your male friends attracted to you? And they always try to make it something. They always justify it. So that's why women can be very passive aggressive. Okay, so Big Beaches said that shit drained everything out of me. All I wanted to do at one point in time was sleep. No facts. No facts. That's how drained he would make me. They drain your soul. You're a you're a sweet good person. They don't have that. Yep. So they drain all your good qualities to turn you into him. Yep. Yep. He would try to turn everyone I knew against me. Yep. My family, friends, cousins, co-workers, it don't matter. He would lie and say, you talk about them behind their backs. They crazy. No facts. And you know what's crazy? My ex used to literally talk cash shit about all of his friends. And the funny thing is, the one that he used to call a hater, right, is his friend that actually has motion. He has vending machines, he has land, they're entrepreneurs, they have all these certifications, like they're actually like securing their future. And he had the nerve to call that friend with motion a hater. I used to think in my head, you like they are the most miserable people on the planet. How you gonna sit here and hate on your homeboy? Like, what is the purpose of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are supposed to be people that you look up to, that inspire you, but you're so miserable that you're literally sitting here hating on him. Like, it's crazy. And like you said, they try to drag you down to your level. I mean, to their level, right? Tell me why one time. So my ex is like basically a struggling artist, right? And his homeboy is the one with land, the one with vending machines, the one with, all the investments and the certifications. He was at our house one day, right? Tell me why my ex was like, you like, I see what you got going on, and it's all good that you got your land, like making it seem like it wasn't a big deal, right? You got your land and everything, but don't forget where you came from, my nigga. He was like, don't forget where we started. You're an artist deep down inside. You need to get back in the studio. I was like, oh my, oh my god, this nigga is trying to drag him down to his struggle artist level. this nigga passed you, my nigga. He is on to shit. He is placing investments. He is securing his future. And you're over here trying to make him feel bad because he not in the studio with you? I couldn't believe it. And then he tried to sun his friends. Like he was like, and y'all need to, learn how to fight. Cause, I do Muay Thai. And he was like, I don't want to be able to beat y'all ass. And I'm like, he's saying this to grown men. And his friends were just eating it up. Like I said, my narcissistic ex, he's an actor. He's an actor. So his friends, it's like they go along with the script. It's so crazy. It's so weird. It's like he's like their cult leader or something. I don't know. Okay, so Jesus King said, me and my bro almost had a fight about the same conversation. He was telling me women and men can't be friends without some type of sexual or romantic encounter. From my experience, he probably right. Not my experience. I would keep a nigga in a friend zone for all of eternity. And men be capped. Because guess what? Men do not have sex with all the women they're attracted to. Period. They'll have sex with some women that they liked or some women that they were attracted to, but there are women that were literally unobtainable to that man. So all men have a woman. Hey, Slice. All men have a woman that they couldn't get. All men have that one woman that friend zoned them. You know what I'm saying? All men have that. So like that's cap. You know what I'm saying? Uh okay, so Big B just said, and they hate everyone. Don't dead ass. They can't stand people doing good. It don't matter who it is. And he's on the DL too, girl. Yeah, I found that out too. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Did he ever tell them he would die for them when he was drunk or something? Did he ever say that? I mean, like when he's drunk, he be having these like prophetic type speeches, right? Like he'll like 1 minute he'll be like, you're my boys and you're my dogs and da da da, and you're my brothers and da da da. And then in the very next sentence, he'll start calling them haters. Like he's fucking bipolar. He was bipolar as hell, okay? Same. It's only what the woman allows. They make it, they, they, they make like them. I don't know. They may like them, but if she's not going, they will be friends. Yes. Yes. So it's like, listen, to me, if I'm in a relationship or if I'm getting to know a guy and because I'll never hop into a relationship, fast ever again. I was always the type to just like love someone and then like just assume that we were together just because like we had chemistry or I had love for them or whatever. But I realized that life don't work like that, right? So now I understand vetting. Now I understand like getting to know someone, you know what I'm saying, through dating. And if a guy tells me that I can't have male friends or like because like when you talk to guys about their preferences and their relationship rules and stuff like that and what they want or what they're looking for, they will tell you everything. Okay, you will know exactly what you will be dealing with in that relationship from the first conversation. Because guys don't mind stating their rules, you know what I'm saying. And guys, for some reason, they think that boundaries, like they call relationship rules their boundaries, right? So they'll say like, oh, um a woman can't wear dresses because that's my boundary. Or a woman can't have male friends because that's my boundary. Like, no, you're getting it wrong. A boundary is what someone is capable of doing to you, not what they're doing in their own life. Like, that's called a rule. You're setting a rule for their relationship. That's not your boundary. You know what I'm saying? But they love calling rules boundaries, right? So if a guy says like anything like, oh, my woman can't have no male friends because I don't trust niggas. Like the moment he starts talking like that, I'm straight. I'm straight. Because guess what? My graphic designer is one of my best friends. And we haven't even hugged more than 2 seconds. We haven't even hugged more than 2 seconds. We never kissed. Nothing. Nothing. So the fact that like if it's your evil genius plan to to get me to fall out with my graphic designer or fall out with my family friends or my homeboys that's been hanging around my house and my brothers for years, like for the last 20 years, go fuck up someone else's life. Go stress another woman out. I don't need no relationship that bad. Trust me. Trust me. Like, I don't. I really don't. Like, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. I'm so content with my life and, you know, the purpose that God has for me. Like, I'm so content right now. Like, I'm not following nobody's fuck ass rules. I'm not following nobody's rules. If you have boundaries, okay, that's fine. I'll never cross your boundaries though. I'm not even the type. I'll never put my hands on you. I'll never mush you. I'll never slap you. I'll never cross those boundaries. But as far as you putting rules on my life, when I know that I'm a faithful person in a relationship, when I know that I'm a dependable person in a relationship, you think you're going to put rules on me? And I'm already the number one girlfriend? Boy, bye. Anyways. Okay. Um, okay, Big Bisha said, yeah, he wanted to feel like top dog. Oh my God. They want to feel like they want to feel like they're dominating someone at all times. Um, he wanted to feel like top dog when he knows he's not. Uh, he may be covert like my ex. It's crazy. He's covert and he's overt. Like he's overt around specific people. Like when he's super drunk and when he's around his friends, the guys that he knows he can dominate and bully and, he can alpha man them, that's who he's overtly narcissistic around. But like in his family and stuff like that. But everyone else, like people we don't know or, our mutual friends or whatever, they have no idea. They have no idea. Like my dad has no idea. My dad was seeing a whole different version of his personality when they hung out together. My dad has no idea who my ex is. Literally. Like my ex would change his accent when he was around my dad. Like he used to talk like a white boy. I I'm not even gonna get into that. But yeah, he used to change his accent when he was around my dad. Okay. So Jesus is King said, you gotta understand if a guy says that it's trauma, some chick did him dirty. That's cool. I just won't be with you. Cause if you think I'm gonna be with a traumatized ass nigga that's gonna make my life a living hell, we can just be friends. Like seriously. Like I will take in male friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? I probably won't see them in real life or whatever, but like I'll still communicate with them online or whatever. I'll still talk to them, but we don't have to be in a relationship. Because if you think I'm dealing with some type of traumatized ass person that want to traumatize me and control me, you have another thing coming. Okay? Like, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Me too, girl. Venting is it. I'm celibate for 2 years and I feel so good about it. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I had to call on the Most High and get out of it. They will stalk you. with their new supply. They know you're beautiful, and he does nothing but talk about you to her. I know that's all he did. Hmm. You know, I would pay so much money. I would have paid so much money to be a fly on the wall just so I can hear their conversations, because the amount of hate that the mistress had for me, it was astounding. It was like, I didn't do nothing to you. I didn't do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know each other. Why are you so mad at me that I kicked him out my apartment? Aren't you happy that you have the nigga? Didn't you win the prize? Why are you still attacking me online? Why are you still talking about me? Why are you still comparing me and you? Why are you still talking about me? Don't you have the nigga? Oh, I know what's going on. Y'all are talking about me. You're trying to get him to stop thinking about me. You're trying to get him to hate me. You're trying to justify his feelings and help him get over me. You're trying to heal him from me. And as time goes by, the more angry at me you become. Because instead of your relationship with him being perfect, right? Y'all couldn't run off in the wind together. And, you know, y'all couldn't have the beautiful, peaceful relationship because you were too busy healing him from me. Is that why you hate me? Y'all were supposed to be like this. This man don't want to post you. He don't want to claim you. He don't want to he don't want to celebrate you publicly. He's using you as cooch, as validation, and a warm body and validation. Okay? And you're mad at me because he's doing you like that? You mad at me because he's not posting you? You're mad at me because he don't say loving things about you online, but he's still subtweeting me? You're mad at me? Check your nigga. Check your nigga. Your nigga is still talking about me. Check your nigga. Why are you trying to devalue me? Check your nigga. Make your nigga post you. Make your nigga claim you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Okay. Oh my God, this shit is too funny. Okay, Big Bisha said, tell her all about me. Oh, you okay. Tell her all about me. Try to turn her into me, but she will never be that. Never. Now he got another. Wow, you sound just like me. That's what I said. Flying monkeys. Jesus is King said, that's just how men are, bruh. I told a nigga, I'm not into mixed martial arts. Nigga said he beat my ass. Nigga said, so, nigga said he beat my ass. Choke me. I just started laughing. Niggas be funny. I'm already knowing I would, bro. Funny stuff. Guys are always trying to alpha, like they're always trying to alpha themselves in other groups of men. Like Men are just a very interesting species. Like, y'all are so, like, why are y'all like this? Okay, Mr. Jacob. Hey, Mr. Jacob, welcome to the live. I don't know how long you've been here, but man, this sister was acting up on Monday with the YouTube post picture. Man, this sister was acting up on Monday with the YouTube post picture. Shout out me. Uh Jesus is King said toxic masculinity. Man, what? Okay, Big Bisha said they want you to go back and forth with them. Girl, I'd be like, please keep them, girl. Please, please. They downgrade. Karma told so many lies to her, saying I'm the problem. Listen, right? So when I broke up with my ex, right? Now, mind you, I was in a polyamorous or polygamous situation. So originally she was supposed to be my sister wife, right? But we were like courting her for like maybe like 3 months, 4 months before I broke up with him or whatever, because he was doing lame shit, whatever. I have a whole live about that. I can't get into it because it was literally like a 4-hour live. Like, y'all, it was a lot. But of course, in that situation, he was trying to turn her against me, because that's what narcissists do. They try to turn everyone against you, right? Which is so dumb, because this is supposed to be my girlfriend, right? We're supposed to be a triad. We're supposed to be like a whole new unit, and you're trying to turn one of the bitches against me. Like, don't you think you're going to destroy the whole thing? Like, and you live in my apartment that we're sharing, right? And you're trying to turn the bitch against me. And I'm basically like a huge part of the foundation of this whole thing, right? He wasn't thinking. He thought that because I've been agreeable this whole time, and that I never, threw in his face that it was my place and my apartment, and I, tried to make him feel as included as possible. He thought that I was going to maintain that energy. No, nigga, I will kick you out. Okay? And I never spoke to him like that until the day I did it. But anyways, so yeah, I was trying to be agreeable the whole time. I was trying to be, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to play my part or whatever. And I was chilling because I actually like enjoyed it. I enjoy the idea of polygamy. I love women. I love men. I love sisterhood. I'm not competitive with other women. Like, that's just not me. You know what I'm saying? I've never been jealous over a man. I never check phones. If I was ever cheated on, I would never know because I never searched to find out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just very free flowing. Like, that's just how I am. So, anyways, in this relationship or whatever, like toward the end, when he was tripping and trying to triangulate me and the girl or whatever, like he would like say, oh, well, me and so don't argue, like trying to make it seem like their relationship was peaceful and me and him was like, like I was causing the problems or I wasn't a peaceful woman or something like that, right? And I said, you know what? So after that statement, I said, okay. I said, when I take myself out this equation, when I take myself slice, when I take myself out this equation, you or her are no longer going to be able to blame me. Y'all are no longer going to be able to blame me. When I step out of this motherfucking equation, you're either going to be able to look at each other or look in the mirror. And guess what happened? Months after I left, right? She's still, trying to throw shots at me online or whatever. And I finally addressed her. After months. We're going back and forth in text messages or whatever, but then we end up having like real nigga moments, like in between. Like, it was weird. Like, one moment we'll be arguing, going back and forth, and then like we'll start like confiding in each other. Like, it was so weird. That's how women are. Women are just all over the place, right? Tell me why this girl was saying like, oh, he still has temperament issues. I be cussing his ass out. I'll never let him be polygamous because he don't deserve it. Like telling me all the tea. And I'm like, this bitch don't even know. Bitch, I'm still your op. I'm still your op. Like, yeah, we're bonding in this moment, but so yeah, so she was basically telling me all the tea of their relationship. And I just thought in my head, that moment when he was like, well, me and so and so don't argue. And I'm like, that shit didn't age well. That shit did not age well at all. Okay. Now she has to see you for who you really are. Now she has to deal with you and all your anger issues, all your narcissistic tendencies. Now she's cussing you out and begging for respect, right? When before I was the problem, right? I was the problem. Even to her, I was the problem. Even though she didn't freaking know me from a can of tuna fish, I was the problem because that's what he was feeding her, right? But after I took myself out the equation, honey, all they had was each other and their own reflections. Period. Okay, so okay, Big B just said they know if you was to want him back, they would come right back to you. The new supply knows that. I think he hate me too much. I think he's obsessed with me, but I think he's too prideful to ever get back with me because I already like embarrassed him and exposed him and stuff like that. Gabriel, hey, morning, you up early? I never been to sleep. Big Bisha said, right, like how he thought that was gonna work. He trying to take the girl for himself and keep you out. Narcs. She gets it. You get it. You get it. Why was he trying to do that? We were supposed to be one love. You know what I'm saying? We were supposed to be like this. And you tried to triangulate me and the girl as if that shit was not going to blow up in your face. Why would you even do that? Why would you even do that? I let you have another woman. I let you have another woman. I wasn't policing y'all. I wasn't tripping on nothing. The day he met her, she let him have sex with her. I wasn't even tripping on that. You know what I asked him? The day I found out they had sex, I said, how was it? That's what type of girlfriend I am. That's who I am. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I don't even know what that's like to be jealous. I don't even know what that's like. I let you have another woman. I propped you up on this pedestal. I treated you like a king, and you still triangulated us. Why? You know what I'm saying? Why? Jesus, listen, I can't go into that right now. I can't go into that right now. That is a long story, okay? But I did talk about it. I do have a live where I talked about it. It's like, I think it's like called My Polygamous Fail Experiment, whatever it's called. But yeah, I was in a I was in a relationship for 2 years with this guy, and then we were courting women or whatever. Um, and we basically, adopted this straggler from the street. And she was in our relationship for the last 3 months I was there. And it it just ruined our relationship. Like, not ruined it. It just expedited the end. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Slice said, you can tell who didn't have siblings growing up. Sharing is caring, bro. But you know what's crazy? He had 6 brothers and sisters. Adopted is crazy. Not the struggler. We adopted that bitch. And yeah. And he wanted so much validation from her that he was willing to throw me under the bus and literally lie about my character and lie about who I am just so she can be like, oh, really, daddy? Really? Really? And it's like, you don't even, like, that's how narcs do. They trauma bond with people to get the validation. You don't have to trauma bond with people to get the validation. You know what I'm saying? We could have all been a big happy family. You know what I'm saying? We could have been still rocking together. Me and the girl could have been making content together. You know, we would have been helping him. We would have been whatever we would have been. But it's like, you're lame. You're lame. You're a lame. You know, you're a square. Like, you couldn't handle it. You know what I'm saying? So instead of, being on the vibration of love and abundance and, just pure love, you were on this low ass surface level, you know, ground dweller frequency. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Um Okay, so Slice said, I think I found my new favorite show. Thank you. You are so funny. But yeah, like, but I can say that, I kept my dignity when I was in that situation. Ground dweller, okay? Period. There was some fucking shrimps, okay? But I can say that I kept my dignity in that situation. I never had no threesome with them. The day I met her, he was trying to coerce us to have a threesome, and I didn't go for it because I just felt disrespected, honestly. Like, I felt like he should have at least, like, let me know. Like, we should have been in cahoots with that. But he just kind of like sprung it up on me, like, and I felt like I didn't even know him. I was just like, what is he doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm your partner. Like, I'm your partner. Like, why are you trying to get me and this girl to have a threesome? And it's like, we didn't even talk about this, you know? So I felt disrespected. I felt like that was honestly like sexual assault or sexual harassment. Um, so yeah, I never like put my mouth on that dirty witchy ass pussy. Like, I don't have no regrets in that situation. I didn't do anything. I didn't sell my soul to keep that relationship or, to try to make that work. Um, I really did like maintain my dignity in that situation, and I'm glad that I did. Slice said, Buddy needed a consultant. This is crazy. So yeah. Um, yeah, that situation was ghetto, man. It was so ghetto. It was so ghetto. And the way she was, oh my God, y'all, the way she was acting after I broke up with him, she started posting him on her page. She was like on this, like, we can finally be together thing. We can finally come out. She was posting him all over her Instagram, like all of a sudden, all these pictures and stuff. It was almost like she was waiting to take my spot, right? Even though that can literally never happen. But it was almost like she was waiting to take my spot. She started posting him and stuff. Y'all, the very next day, all those pictures were gone. He never posted her after that, and she never posted him again. All those pictures were gone. I can only imagine what he said. He was probably like, take those pictures down. We can't, let her in our business, or we can't let people in our business. We got to keep it private. Convinced her, you know what I'm saying, to stay a secret. So she's thinking that, they're being private, but really she's a whole fucking secret. Okay, so Jesus King said, "Boy, this some wild shiznit. Let me grab some more drink." Hey, no, it is late. What time is it? What time is it? You do not need no more drink. You need some water or some tea. Oh man, y'all is too funny. But yeah, so it's crazy. Like, and like the crazy thing is, like, this girl, like, she was telling me I don't got no popcorn, but I got weed and drink. Yo, it's so funny. So, um, after that situation, like, she, like, when we were getting like back and forth or whatever, like, after the time I confronted her about like constantly antagonizing me on her YouTube channel or whatever, she would say stuff like, well, maybe you just couldn't handle him, and maybe you're just not far along enough in your feminine journey to handle such a masculine man. And she was trying to like really make it seem like I didn't deserve him, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, she was saying, like, I'm gonna heal him, and blah 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 and all this stuff. And it's just like, for you to be talking all that shit, for this man to still be talking about me more than a year later, sis. And I don't want to go too hard on her. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go too hard on her because I know you're not supposed to attack the woman, and it's the man's fault, and I get it. But this girl was literally going out her way. She was going out her way to antagonize me. She was going out her way. So it was kind of just like, I'll never attack, a woman if she don't know about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? But it's like the way she was attacking me for months, it was just like, girl, you want this smoke? Like, you must want this. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, like, for you to say all that to me, that I wasn't far along enough in my feminine journey, I couldn't handle such a masculine man, right? I didn't deserve him. I couldn't handle him, right? For you to say all this, and for you to not get posted one time, this nigga wouldn't even post you on your birthday. You are a secret. You hear me? You are a secret. This man doesn't even want to claim you. He used you to help him heal and to validate his feelings. But because everywhere we go, there we are, all the validation in the world could not take the guilt from his spirit. He's still talking about me. Still. Because at the end of the day, it's not about people, patting you on the back, or people validating you, or it's not about any of that. It's about you having to go to sleep by yourself at night. It's about you having to look yourself in the mirror. It's about you. It doesn't matter how many people you swindle in this world. It don't matter how many people defend your lies and defend your narcissistic behavior. It don't matter. You have to look at yourself at the end of the day. You have to look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day. Everywhere you go, there you are. There you are. You mean to tell me that you are the perfect woman for him and you can handle him and you deserved him and all that stuff, and he's still talking about me? Sis, you're not doing a good job. You're not doing a good job, my good sis. Maybe you didn't use the right spells, right? This girl find herself online doing tarot cards and doing spells, call herself a witch. Well, maybe you're not using the right spells. Maybe you need to give him a spell that will completely wipe his memory or something, because what you're doing is clearly not working. Okay? Tell that man stop talking about me. Get your nigga. Okay, so Big Bisha said, I need some smoke. Girl, bye. Okay, Jesus King said, is it possible for a woman to heal a man? Hell no. She can help. She can help, but it's up to him. He has to get himself right with God. Period. Because guess what? Even if the man uses the woman to heal him, guess what he's going to do? He's going to start causing mayhem in the woman's life. You have to heal that within yourself. You can have the short-term validation. You can have the short-term vagina. You can have the short-term meals and motherly, energy and stuff like that. You can have all that. But if you're not healed within yourself, you will begin to cause mayhem between you and that woman's relationship. Period. You have to heal that within you. So yeah, that's a job for you and God, not another woman. You know what I'm saying? And a woman can only take so much. We love to be healers. You know what I'm saying? We love to be healers. We love to heal and shit or whatever, but we're human too. We have to be poured into too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just be pouring into a man and all he's doing is taking, taking, taking. Like, and we're handling all the emotional labor of their relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be able to come home and be able to dump on our man too. We have to come home and be able to vent to our man too without him judging us. You know what I'm saying? One thing that used to happen in my last relationship is I used to listen to my ex, all his problems, all the people he used to talk shit about. I used to just listen to it. All his family problems, I used to listen to it. I used to internalize everything, everything. And the moment I used to try to talk about my problems with him, man, I don't feel like hearing this. Man, I'm just on such a good frequency today. I don't even care about this stuff. Or you can never get along with women. Like, it was always some type of judgment when it came to me venting to him. So that's why it's like, with men, it's like we love to be healers, but we need to be replenished too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just be soaking up all your drama and all your venting, and then all of a sudden now you don't want to hear me. You don't want to hear me out, or you don't want to give me encouragement. All you want to do is criticize me. That's not cool. That's not cool. Okay, so yeah, my ex won't post that new supply either. Ah! But he would still send me old pictures of us. He still had in his phone. Oh my God, he's whipped. He's whipped. Steph said, what? What? Wait. Sly said, I'm about to serve the whole chat. Gotta stay away from these ground dwellers. Man, what? Okay, Jesus King said, truth. Truth is, a lot of females play games too. Everybody out here traumatized, both men and women. Clock that shit. That is true. That is true. I genuinely feel like the sister wife, like the mistress girl, I genuinely feel like she's a narcissist. I could go into the reasons why or whatever. It's not because, she ran off with my ex. It's not because she was attacked. I mean, that attacking me online is part of it, but there were so many immediate things that showed me she was a narcissist. And it was crazy because I'm like, these two idiots are literally love bombing each other. These two idiots are literally masking to impress each other. Like, it was crazy. Like, the girl, she's really butch. She's really like she played basketball in high school. She's really, and she's dated women before. She's really gay for real. She really gay. But to impress him, she was acting like this, feminine, soft life type of girl. And that's how she was acting with him for the couple months before I met her, because I allowed them to get to know each other before she met me, right? Just to make her feel comfortable. Thank you for the super chat, CJ. Early in the morning with it. I just woke up. Thank you. So the first time me and the girl actually hung out, we got drunk together. Tell me why this girl was acting ratchet as fuck. She was cussing. She was acting ratchet. She was acting like me. She was acting just like me. And when we got home, my ex was like acknowledging how she never acted like that before. And he was like, damn, I never seen her act like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, trying to, soothe him. And I was like, that's how girls act when we get around each other. We get ratchet, we get ghetto sometimes, we turn into tomboys. I was trying to, like make him feel comfortable, like, whatever. But I could tell that he's never seen that side of her. She's never showed him because she had a mask on to impress him. And that's the moment I realized she's a fucking narc too. Because girl, you and him been dating for like 3 weeks, or no, like almost like 3 months before I even met her. How come this man don't know your real personality? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do feel like women play games too. And when women want like a man, like when women want a man, they will play feminine, right? They'll act feminine. So the man would like them more, right? Because they know how guys are. They think that guys like a very dainty woman. They think that guys like, a very soft spoken girl, a girl that has a high pitched voice. So they'll literally put on an act like they're a dainty, feminine, soft like type of woman, right? Then, like later on in the relationship, you'll realize these girls need the most emotional like attention. Like they're always depressed, they always are venting, they're always doing shit like that, they're never happy, right? They're never satisfied. These women always want some type of validation, they always want like that attention, they always need that validation from the man. They're not happy by themselves, they can't be happy. Then like they get controlling, like, you're not acting the same, and you can't have female friends, and da da da, and they start to control the man. And then he realizes, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, men, right? Men think they want a woman they can control. They think they want a codependent woman. I mean, a woman. They think they want a woman that needs them, right? But later on in the relationship, when he is the only thing that she got and she's depending on him for literally everything, that's when they get tired. That's when they get overwhelmed. So you might as well just go for a woman that's already happy. You might as well go for a woman that's independent. You might as well have go for a woman that really don't need you but just wants to be in your presence, because over time she's not going to be super needy. It's crazy. Like, men, y'all have the worst taste. It's like y'all go for the neediest women because it makes y'all feel masculine, right? But then when the woman needs you for every freaking thing, that's when you want to start stepping out. Just go for a happy woman. Just go for a woman that's independent. Go for a woman that don't need you. That's how you have a long-lasting, sustainable relationship. Okay, so Slice said everybody hit the like button. She's spitting. Period. Thank you. Yes, y'all hit the like button. It's 14. Oh, no, got 14 people. Okay, thank you. Thank y'all. Okay, so Big B should say, "Yep, that's them. You can't vent to them. Nope. They aren't masculine. They only want you to be mommy." It's insane. Okay? It is insane. Thank you, CJ. Once again, y'all, CJ is always coming in my lives, dropping these super chats, showing love. Thank you so much. Jesus is King. The mask game is crazy. Okay? Big Bisha said, listen, I thought that too. Let me tell you, I tried this with men to see if they liked the dainty, soft-spoken, etc. girl. Do you know no men treated no do you know no men treated to talk to me? Wait, what? 5 guys didn't try to pick me up. Damn. You got to retype that cuz I don't know what you meant in that last sentence. Just redo the last sentence. So thank you for saying that. Facts, it's true. Men like women who are themselves. Men like, well, I mean, the confident ones. Like, if you have men that are like striving, like on this forever quest to be masculine, and they watch a lot of red pill content and stuff, yes, they do want the women that wear the mask because they're wearing a mask and they're both actors, you know what I'm saying? So they think that a woman should be a certain type of prototype, right? They don't really want the woman to be authentic. They want the woman to fit whatever mold, you know what I'm saying, they want her to fit. And if the woman is trying to fit a mold to get a man, they're perfect together at first, right? They're perfect at first. First, they feed each other's ego back and forth, right? But then when life starts to set in, that's when they start arguing nonstop. Okay? So yeah, like confident men, real men that are not constantly searching for their masculinity, because your masculinity is already within you. You don't have to search for it. You don't have to dominate women to obtain that. It's already in you. You are already man. You know what I'm saying? You already have a dick. Like it's in you. Like you're good. You know what I'm saying? Men that know that and are secure within that, they don't want women masking. They don't want women coming up in their relationship trying to pretend to be something that they're not. They like women who are themselves so they know who they're dealing with, because they're coming in authentic and they want the woman to come in authentic and they want to see if y'all align or not. You know what I'm saying? Narcissists, they don't give a fuck if you align or not. They just want to know, can you fit their mold? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so uh Big Bisha said, okay, so no men tried to talk to me. Oh, no men tried to talk to me. I tried it on 5 different guys to see if that's what uh to see if oh, that theory worked. Oh, okay. That's crazy. It don't work. That's not what they want. Some men, some guys want that because they don't even know themselves. You know what I'm saying? But authentic guys, they don't want that. They want you. A lot of times men want their girlfriends to be like their homeboys. Like they want their woman to look feminine, right? And dress feminine, but they want their girlfriends to like play video games and shit. Okay, so Slice said either you got it or you don't. Uh, we don't sit down to piss, gang. Don't know what them boys on. You need to do a segment and ask us what we think. Talking about like men in general, like just men or whatever, or are you talking about like right now? But yeah, I do want to know. You know what I'm saying? But I have to cultivate, I have to do more cultivation of my audience, because I don't want to, like, I don't want a bunch of random men, you know what I'm saying, that could come from any corner of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want men coming from the manosphere or the red pill community coming in my videos. Like, I want to cultivate a community where like we understand each other for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm just, maybe that'll never happen. But yeah, I guess I do need to, ask that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Um, and whenever, not now. Okay. So you know what? I might make that a video topic that I'll write down in my phone, and I'll keep that idea for another live. But yeah. So okay, so I'm getting a little sleepy, y'all. So I might wrap it up in a little bit. But going back to the original topic of the live, what should I do about this baby shower, about this family event? Uh, I really think I'm just not gonna go. I really think I'm not gonna go. I think that I'm going to, like I said before, protect my peace. I'm probably gonna go out and treat myself that day, look good as hell, and just spend the day solo dolo. You know, I love going on my solo dolo dates. I love going to this sushi restaurant, this sushi buffet called Nori Nori. So freaking good. At night they have unlimited crab legs and oysters. Y'all, if you're in Atlanta, Nori Nori, okay? Um, it's like so funny. But yeah, so I think I'm just not going to attend because I think that he's trying to taunt me. I think he's trying to assert dominance, and I think he's trying to establish territory. And I'm not even going to give him the opportunity to do it. Um, he's probably thinking in his head, like, of all these scenarios, what if he sees me? Is he gonna ignore me? He's probably thinking about all this stupid shit in his head. And I'm not gonna show up. I'm not gonna show up. Um, so yeah. And if my cousin feels some type of way about it, then I'll just tell her, well, I sent my gift in with my sister and my brother and my mom, and I just don't feel comfortable, and if she has a problem with that, then she's just inconsiderate, and we don't have to talk for a whole nother year. I really don't give a fuck at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I really am just looking out for myself, period. I don't give two shits about how someone feels about my decisions. I don't care. I don't care. I'm only looking out for myself. And I only want to be around people that love me. I only want to be around people that reciprocate energy, that have a genuine heart, that don't have a lick of hatred for me in their heart, or jealousy or envy or anything like that, you know? And that's just what I'm choosing. I only want to talk to my real friends. I only want to talk to people that I love and that love me. That's it. That's it. Okay, Big Bisha said, I think you should have a conversation with your family about why you're not going, and tell them, don't invite them or shit else. Or you still won't be there, but still send a gift. Man. Yep. And if she loves you, she will understand. They wouldn't invite him, period. Oh man. I don't the thing that makes the situation so sticky is that I told you me and my cousin, we didn't speak for a year because we got in a disagreement about like a family function or whatever. So it's almost like I feel like she'll and my cousin is petty. She's like 2 years older than me, but she's not the bigger person, right? So I feel like based on my interactions with her in the past, and I could be wrong, one of the four agreements is never assume. And I'm clearly assuming right now, but I'm just going to get this out. I feel like she's going to think in her head, we haven't spoken a year. Now all of a sudden, you want to control who I invite to my baby shower. You know what I'm saying? Um, for some reason, I just feel like she's going to have that like perspective. And I could be wrong. I really could be wrong, but I feel like that's how she's going to feel. And I honestly, I'm not in the place to deal with it. I'm not in the place. Like, if me and my cousin was close, if me and my cousin was like if we never fell out, if we just stayed rocking with each other, you know, I would feel different about it. I would feel different. I would be like, well, she'll definitely have my back. But for some reason, I don't feel like she'll have my back. And I feel like she'll think that I feel entitled. So for some reason, I just don't feel good about that. I really don't. I really don't. And it's literally because me and her just weren't on good terms. And we just got back on good terms. So, imagine you fell out with a family member for a whole year, and all of a sudden they're like, why are you inviting so and so to our family event? I'm like, girl, skirt. You know what I'm saying? Or that may just be me projecting as well. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Um, I'll definitely do an update, and I'll let y'all know what I ended up deciding to do. And I might go live that day. I might do a vlog, because I'm definitely going to be loving on myself that day. So we'll see. But I think my live is going out because it keeps going to like 0 people to 1 to 0 to 2 to 0. So I don't know if we're losing signal. I know there's a lot of storms, places and things like that. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live up. Once again, I'm a little drowsy and I gotta take off my makeup. And oh, see, I don't know what's going on with my live. It's saying that 0 people are in the live, but you're still here, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, so you know her, so you might be right. Then sis, if you feel that way about her, if she's going to choose him when you're telling her in depth about how he's treating you, then me, I would say F her. Honestly, I'm already on that. Like, and I'm not even mad at her. You know what I'm saying? Because we never even had the conversation for me to feel invalidated or anything like that. It's just that based on our previous interactions and the way she just deflects and the way, like the way she is, I'm already on that type of time. And the only reason why I was going to even show up to the baby shower was to embarrass him. Like, I was thinking about like all these vengeful type thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't want to do that. I mean, I want to do that. Don't get it twisted. I want to do that, but I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it because it's not going to age well. I know it's not. But yeah, I appreciate you guys' input. I appreciate you guys for making me laugh. Um, this was so hilarious and so therapeutic, and I really do appreciate your perspectives and your opinions, your stories and things like that. I really do appreciate you. Um, Trust me, I know I've been there. Yeah, it's very frustrating, and I can't wait till none of this triggers me anymore. You know, I can't wait. I just, I don't know. I don't know if it ever will not. I mean, of course it will not one day, but it's just a hard process to go through because when you have resentment and when you like hate someone's guts, you know, it's just hard. Like, it's just hard. But, you know, it's all good. Um, Either way it goes, I'm going to be happy that day. I'm going to be spoiling myself that day. Hell, I might shit. I might go out the state that day. I might go to the beach that day, you know, just to really like love on myself extra hard, you know. No one is going to get no reactions out of me. No one is going to siphon my energy. Okay? No one is going to get me to react, you know. I'm just going to love on myself, you know, and I'm going to be around people that love me, and that's it, you know. So, um, good night, you guys. I appreciate y'all so much, and I will see y'all in another live. I might go live tomorrow, in the daytime. Um, I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. I have a reaction video that I'm uploading tomorrow concerning the girl that got dragged by the hairstylist. Yeah. So that reaction video is uploading at 11 a.m. and I'm doing a premiere for that one. So if you're up, then go ahead and join the premiere, and we're going to be in the live chat as well. So yes, I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night or good morning. I don't even know what time it is. But yes, once again, thank you so much for joining the live. Uh Period, sis. You got this. Have a good one. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. So much. All right, y'all. Be safe. See y'all later.